Okay, working more on level editing. So now I have the ability to add events across the timeline. Just a series of events that happen, whether it's these enemies getting spawned or other events that happen, like a message box event. And now I have them actually being able to be tied to in-game events, like anytime the player enters a ship, I can trigger this exact event in this level. So now I'm going to take this just one extra step, which is I want to be able to set up an entire chain of events. Not just to say that, because if I add another event here, instantiate refab, move to target, set scale, background set speed, whatever. Background set speed to 5. Then both of these events will happen at the exact same time. But I'm not sure why it gave the same name. But both of these events will happen at the exact same time. So I want to set up a system that says when the player enters a ship, execute this event. That will then, once it's complete, execute another event, and so on and so forth. That one. Of course, there's an issue there for some reason. Because I guess on removal, where's remove? Remove should set this thing to null as well. Level event selection clear. Yeah, so I want to remove it. I guess I have to manually do it. This one here. So remove it and then this now. No, at least I think that's what was causing that. Grab this again. Either that or like this was somehow null, which also doesn't make sense. I can test it again. Let's go here really quick. Shocker. I've executed some plans and have some other plans. Nothing big, nothing too big. Let me just wait to go here. No, hold on. I'll go on this one. I'll assume. Not bad, man. Just wanted to get a little bit of work done here. I could have done it without streaming, but I don't know. It's Monday. I feel like I got to put do a little bit of streaming as well. Whatever this is. And then I should get a hit on there. There it is. Okay. But now that it's null, maybe that just is what the problem was. I mean, now I'm gonna hit here and nothing's gonna happen. So yeah, I don't deal with that error anymore. Okay. I guess I just have to have it be here. So have an event trigger type. It's not much of a difference. What to do? Set it as a type here. That would kind of break some other stuff. I could just make it an extra type here. Could. Because, let's see. Stop debugging. Where's event triggers, chain. So this also is an event trigger. So it's technically a type. Behaves the same way. Just has a series of events. If current event object is null, and I never, I deleted, I have any undo record of this? No, that was days ago. So it's just a list though, it's a list of data, which I have here. It would probably be a list of events though. Okay. Let's say it's this. Just make it an event chain instead of event triggers, and it could be anything, including creating objects. Probably would never need that. Probably would never need that. Yes, I'm going to leave it at that. And hopefully these are all of the same type. Okay. So this is just going to be current. Oops. Current event, game object, current event object. I'm not. I guess I need that. Yeah. After I create it. Which is probably going to be an event trigger. But I don't know. Okay. Update until done is true. They don't really need anything, so if player is null, return true. If I'm waiting, if I don't have a current event, then suddenly I'm not waiting. Oh, right, if this is null because it killed itself, then I'm not waiting, and the current event is null, and I return false that I'm not done yet. Come back. Now I'm not waiting. This done is false. If I don't have a current event, create one. If the chain count happens, grab one at the beginning, remove the one at the beginning, and then set the current event object to be null. Set done. Otherwise, if the count is not greater than 0, set done to true. Okay. Now current event. Now current event is not null. So I jump here, but current event object is null. So I have to instantiate the object. Got it. So all I have to do to get it event trigger create of type. So that I don't know. That I don't know. Because I need the data and the type. So then I need. Oh wait, it's in the level event. Current event is a level event. Yes. Okay, so it is actually current event dot event trigger type and current event dot event trigger data. Okay, so this is going to return an event trigger or nothing apparently. So give me back the event. Okay. And now I have the game object. And when that thing's done, it's going to die and move this chain into the next event in the list. So then all I need to do, keep saying that, all I need to do, that only lasts for like 30 seconds. All I need to do for the next 30 seconds. So let's go to event trigger data, event trigger type, event trigger data. So, oh, type, I gotta add a new type, right? So null is 0, I guess. Making it a 1. Sound effect. Ship function. Don't really have a lot of these created yet, so I honestly don't care what numbers they are. Could make this like 5, and this one's like, 3. And this one is event. And then I'll just add it here. draw editor, this is, I guess, the tricky part. I have all the data. Sometimes, yeah. I was super into like puzzle games for a while, and you know, Julio, the guy who used to come on the stream all the time. We play a lot of those. I guess what would you like co-op online escape room types of puzzle games. Those are pretty cool. That's always a fun like hour or two, and you just like you just get on a call and try to get out of the escape room, and have drinks. The Ponto. So let's see. Base, metric type, metric chain. How do I draw the editor for the event trigger chain? This seems difficult. I guess what I can do, because every event trigger has event data already, right? Event trigger data. Okay, so I'll just put it in the data. Seems weird. Seems really weird. I could make it an array of data that's always of size 1 normally. That seems dumb. That seems dumb. But so does making an array of event trigger data inside of this. Seems a little more dumb. Maybe not. Maybe it's normally null. I'm gonna go for it. Okay. Let's do list trigger data. Event chain data. And I'll just set it to null. And then I can remove it from here. Oh, chain. It's called chain. So I'll get rid of that. And so I have my data somewhere. Data. Chain 0. Can implicitly to level event. Dot data. No, what? So that was different. Oh, it's a list of level events. Okay, hold on, now I'm confused. So I store it as data, it's going to be a list. Okay, so this is chain data. I'm just going to call it that. And I'll have some dumb default value. I don't like that it's whatever. Okay. I'm going to go with that for now, and then I have a list of chain. And that's going to be whatever it was. So that also doesn't help though. It can't just be an array of data. It has to be a whole list of level events. Oh man, it's even worse. Why can't I store the type here? Why didn't I store the type here? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it still works better this way. Then I don't need this. Damn it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so again. Data.chain. Data.chain. 0. Okay. Just have to then create it correctly. Trying the editor is going to be interesting for it. Okay. I'm going to put this at the end, actually. Okay. GUI layout, vertical, editor styles, Xbox. So I'm going to have a drop down to select the type. Oh, I have to iterate over each one actually. So for each, I'm going to, I guess, for int, sorry, int index is 0 less than chain count index. For each one I will select the type. So let's grab it. Event. Chain. Event. Dot. Type, event trigger type, layout, enum, pop-up, type. Okay. based on the type, I could just draw it. Draw editor, right? So level event dot enter data, draw editor with this type for every single one of them. Simple enough. And then add a remove button. Space. Button, remove the editor utility, I think, or dialog. Sure. Yes. No. Index to remove. Index to remove. Is there a don't in V? A don't? What do you mean by a don't? Like something like bad practice? Oh, a not? I know there's a not. If X, then don't. Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be like what you said, just invert the condition, like not if, or, I mean, if you don't want functionality, don't write it, right? That would be the best answer, I think. But I think I know what you're saying, like, do everything normally, but under this condition, don't do this specific thing. Right, and that'd be something like you want everything to happen other than one particular thing in a given scenario. Otherwise, everything always happens. If damage dealer, then don't something. Yeah, I mean, if not damage dealer, do normal stuff, and then do everything else, so that when you get this scenario, then this never happens. So normally you would do everything until something is a damage dealer, then this code would not execute, because this only executes when it's not a damage dealer in your case. If I could spell it correctly, damage dealer. Yeah, non-damage dealer stuff. Do everything else damage dealer or not. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Depends on how you're deciding what is a damage dealer. I'm just writing code that doesn't actually work. I wasn't saying that this is the exact code. Here, I'll screenshot it for you. Oh, okay. What is a shmup? Good question. It's just a term that's short for shoot 'em up. So anything like Gradius or R-type games of that nature are commonly referred to as shoot 'em ups. There's other games that are referred to as shoot 'em ups, like I think even Contra. I'm just working on some actual like editor code right now. But here's it. Oh, I have some broken stuff. Got it. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they are one and the same. So this is like custom inspector for this. I could probably just delete this class now. Yeah. So where is that? Custom inspector. And triggers editor, delete. I'm also working on editor code currently, 4 different editor windows, currently possibly more as the game. Yeah, it gets, once you start doing it, it gets kind of addicting. You just want to create every tool possible to help you, right? That 101 you posted got a detail on that. Ah, yeah. I don't remember where exactly I posted that. Yeah, so I have like all this stuff going on. Tutorial lesson 1. Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. I did mention that, I guess, in that video. What are you working on? Unknown creations? So index to remove. Not enough. Then remove it. Remove at 2017. As the multiplayer code I'm using is only old Unity multiplayer code. Gotcha. Is that painful at all? Being stuck in that version? I haven't used anything older than 2019 in a long time. Well, I haven't gotten into a long-term project in a long time either, so who knows? But I don't think there's two, unless you're doing something. Oh yeah, right, the multiplayer code, of course. Xbox 360 indie games, Xena Minor, Cube voxel-based, infinite terrain, alien tech, explorations. Damn, dude. Okay, so you're just trying to recreate every feature as close as possible. I know someone who recently did the infinite terrain idea that you got there in Unity. I think I'm on 2021 something. I should say it here. I'm on 2020, 0.2.7. So that's a remove button. Now I just need an add button. Oh, this should also be in a scroll view. Then I need to know the scroll. Can I just save the scroll position? Oh no, it's already technically inside of a scroll view, so I don't really care. So. As a max triangle count per mesh, so you need to break your world in chunks. Yep. I remember having those conversations a little while back. Sure it's the right type. Currently I just finished the block editor window, item editor window, recipe editor window. Got it. Yeah, all that fun stuff. Yeah. I remember I was working on a point and click adventure. So there was a lot of that stuff. Getting the items, getting the events that would happen in the room. Those are all different editor windows. Yeah. Different linked rooms. Had a whole like node graph thing with rooms linked to other rooms with doors and added event.type. Another event trigger. Don't know what the event trigger type is. Guess it'd be null. I don't think there's, I guess, event trigger data. I think this is defaulted to some new data. Yep. Okay. Okay. If this works, yeah, it's a bit tricky trying to intertwine everything together. Saves me time in the long run, though. Better to visualize it than hard code. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I have some constants set up like for level data, but I'm probably just gonna break it into a window if it gets too crazy into another database. If this works, I'll be doing triple forward backflips with my back. Don't recommend doing that. So where the hell was I? Okay, gotcha. Nothing wrong with a few constants. If you have too many, usually. Sure, yeah. Just if it gets too difficult to configure, I guess I mean, right? If you're having to like set too many fields, yeah, it just gets nicer to look at and easier to manage if it's something like that. Okay, so maybe this will work. So let's make this a event chain. All right, add. No. Serialization depth limit. Cool. Movement steps, chain, trigger data chain, trigger data chain, trigger data chain. But they're empty arrays, right? Unless I could set them to null. Don't really, let me think. It's only because I had the, well, where was it? It's not really the same type. I guess it's 10. So list of level events. Level events have this object in it, which then has a list of this object in it. So that's where the serialization depth explodes. Is there a Unless I can just store this somewhere else. I think. Oh, yeah. I'll have to look into that. Let me copy this down. Note to self. I'm just gonna there. It's just an object format. So let's think, is there a better way to hold the data and to store a bunch of events? Because all I really want is a bunch of these guys. Kinda, yeah. Although a lot of those formats now just store a lot of their information in JSON too. Not maybe specifically those formats. OBJ I don't think does at all. JSON's also a very large size. Okay. Yeah, it's basically what everybody on over the web at least uses like nuts. So if I want a bunch of these, yeah, Mongo is like a giant JSON. What was my other option? Oh, so that it's always a list. Then I don't have the type data. Do I? No. But I could just add it here as a separate object. Oh, I don't know. But then that doesn't help me translate it, actually. No. Well, I already didn't like how I was doing it to begin with. I didn't like nesting in a giant array of that type of object. So what I could do instead... Oh, but it has this in it. Oh, hold on. Where's my... Guess there's just too much stuff now. Too many files open. Okay, put that. So that's where that is. Can I... It's so much easier if I make it the same type. JSON deserialized object. Yeah, it makes sense. Basically holding a bunch of events that I want to create, which all have some data in it. Yeah, I guess it's because it was a list object, so it probably pre-initializes an array with some data. And it wasn't... and maybe that's because it got serialized. I'm not sure. Like if I make it a list, will it, if I make it just a regular array and set it to null, is that, I don't know if that changes anything. Okay, so now I got one error here somewhere. Right. And I can't just remove at index. I have to do something special. So for now, let me just hold on a second. Try to get some errors out of the way. Right, exactly. It's not directly 10, right? Okay, so I got some null stuff because it's actually... so let me just do a thing. So now this is messing with like... whatever, 1. Oh man. So now something else is broken. Oh, probably because it broke. Because this is probably null. Now this doesn't do anything. But then if I actually have one, I have to like copy the array then into a bigger array. It's helpful to have it in this class. The other option is to put the type here and just create an array of these. Just always have an array of these. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, this actually does have, this contains this type of object inside of it. I'm just trying to think, given the way that everything's structured, if there's a different way to just hold this data somewhere. Because I want to be able to just iterate over everything. Unless I can pass it in. Make it a separate. Then it doesn't even have to be here. I could also just make it a separate type that just holds this, a list of these things, so that I don't have this nonsense here. Let me just do that, so that I'm not nesting anything. I never liked the idea of nesting it already. So let's do not source, type. Oh man, here's where we're gonna break stuff. Chain of events. So this won't even need, I won't even need a type. The type won't even be here. You can go back to being number one. Just gonna have to do a bunch of extra stuff now. This can go away. Some of this stuff can go away in a bit. I want to keep it. I want to move it somewhere else. Yeah, it sounds like Unknown Creations has dealt with a lot of serialization. Not any. No, not any like services or anything. I manually back everything up. And it's just myself on the project, the source code. So I don't need to worry about merging code in any weird ways. I have used, in the past, I've used Unity Collaborate, which they just switched over to some other service. So if I'm in, so now I need to keep a separate list of, no, I don't. Okay. All right, this is kind of good. I can make a new like Photoshop image. It already knows the type and everything. So what else has to be done? Cyan, I guess I'll make another color here. Chain, I'll do blue. I know I have like some switches, level event type, object spawn. So this is for the window. So this is where I would put that other stuff. Event trigger, draw editor. Right, so here, put this. Emergency undo button. Ah, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. event trigger. I'll just say event chain. Type event trigger type. That's not a thing anymore. And this won't even be that. Actually, I'll do all that stuff that I had over here. At that spot. So all that stuff will actually go here. Okay, so now I just need this chain thing, which will be in here, and it will be event list of event trigger data. Event trigger chain. Okay, and I'll have to put that in the copy. Sometimes use serialized subclass, creating only the data that needs to be serialized, conversion. Yeah. In the class, another constructor to take serialized data. It's never fun, that's for sure. So let's create a event trigger data. Chain copy equals that. Event chain I dot copy onto chain copy and add it to this copy. Okay. Especially when it doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is now level event trigger chain count. This and this is now event trigger data. Oh, but then I do need the type. Okay, so a lot of weird stuff's gonna happen now. So I'm just gonna put the type. Oh, I'm in the wrong class. Okay. So I'm gonna add type, I guess. Just remove it from there. Like so. Remove it from there. And break some stuff by removing it from here. Copy that type. Type. Oh, that doesn't make sense. There's a copy method here, right? Yeah. Type. Luckily for me, I haven't gotten into inventory serialization, player event serialization. That just. Oh man. Yeah, I try to keep the data classes as small as possible, or as simple as possible, like you were kind of saying, just the ones that hold the serialized data, set them as serialized. I'm not doing any JSON stuff, so luckily I can just automatically save them into scriptable objects. Alright, so now I can remove the type from here because it's in the data, which I can set default to null, I guess. Okay, and now a lot of other stuff is broken. Okay, what is this? Does not exist because it's a level event. And this is actually event trigger data, level event, event trigger chain. It's not level event. This is going to be called something else. Event data, right? Data dot type. Sorry, event data type equals that, which I don't need the type to do that. I don't have to pass it in there anymore. So I don't even need. Wait a second. So for every, yeah, so this is just data there. For each one of those, level event, grab the event data. Event data is not all. Draw the editor, remove level event. This is not an added event, this is actually trigger data, added data, remove that. I don't have to set that. And this is not chain, this is level event dot event chain, add the data onto there. Somehow, right? And so I can do the same thing here. This event trigger this type information is now inside the data. Event trigger data dot type. Oh, and draw the editor for it. Which I could always have the type option in the editor, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, am I getting there? Now what's broken here? Oh, nothing. Okay. What is broken here? There we go. Okay, so nothing there. This is just draw editor based on selected type. So I select the type first, which I don't really need to do anymore. I don't really care about the selected type. Yeah. Memory transfer magic. Got it. Memory transfer magic. I don't know. My memory's not that reliable. I wouldn't bank on that. Whoops. Okay. So I don't need to set the event trigger type, but I do need to set it onto the data itself when I create it. So yeah, I could just do, I don't need this type anymore. So selected data dot type if select data type is null, draw the cancel button. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know why I need 2 cancel buttons, but I could just not draw anything. But I guess I kind of get it. Select a data type. Is that. And then here, this is just nothing because it's copied, right? I do that somewhere. Level event, add, and then add with event trigger of a type. Add to that, add level event editor. Seconds. Level event type, float time. Okay. The source is the timeline, else it's not. Yeah, okay, then it'll just be 0. Remember how to code in like 4 languages and build a website. Yeah, it's funny when stuff like how to iterate over a drop-down list in JavaScript suddenly comes back to you. Oh yeah, here, event data copy onto this event data, and we're good. What else is broken? This stuff is broken. So what is this now? Now, when I instantiate one of these assholes, I'm going to give it list event tree data string. Okay, so now I have the correct chain object. With that chain, I actually don't have any. Yeah, I don't want the data object. This is count. Current event is now actually an event again. Event trigger data. Whoa. Event trigger data. Current event. With that. Create. Now I don't have to create based on 2 variables anymore. I guess the type is right there. Data type, data.type. Data copy onto new data. And now I just need that. And this is current event. And that's all that needs to happen there. This file is clean. This one's clean. That's fine. So the thing that actually spawns stuff into the world. So I need like a create method on the event trigger chain. Right. Just gonna throw a create on here. I don't want that. I want a list actually of this stuff. And that is kind of everything that I need. I guess this is very specific. I don't care about the type. Game object. Throwing an event trigger chain on here. This can just be this. Oops. Whoops. clicking way too fast. Not like that. This. I could have done type of. I don't have to copy any data. Oh, I guess I could copy the whole list. GokuCraft5. Hi, man. How you been? The problem is just fixing all the errors now that I've changed some of the... I removed like some variables. Instead of keeping the type inside of here, I put the type inside of here. So now I have to fix, anyway, I think I fixed most of the spots where that was actually done. But now I just have to create this new type of object that I created to begin with. Data.count. Just going to say trigger.chain is some new list of the, yeah, and I'm going to create a trigger data copy data, and then I will take data I and copy onto copy data and add that to my new list. Trigger, chain, add, copy data. Okay. So now my created guy is in existence, I guess. So did I ever have to return this game object now? I don't think so. Okay, and then I'll just call that from level manager. This doesn't need a type anymore. And then I'll just type is chain type. Chain create based on. Wait a second. No, that's this one. Event trigger chain. Okay, good stuff. This can be removed also, and I can put that over here as well. Let's see if I can make one of those work. Any more errors? Apparently not. Oh, yes, there are. Sorry. Where are we here? Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't have to copy that anymore because it doesn't exist. What else? That was it. Okay. So there's no more of that. And there's no more option to add that. I do have to add that option to the context menu. So context menu main. So that would be add params. Get chain type, if it's this one or whatever, trigger chain, chain, okay, and of this type, okay, context menu add event, sources timeline. Spawn, trigger, chain, or trigger chain. Then this gonna add a pop-up window, but I don't need a pop-up window. I just need to add it manually, I think. I can say that event editor, I can create a new event. Oh man, level event. Oh, can't do that. New event type. Okay, that's not what I want. Event type. Chain. And then add it to the correct array. What is this? Add. Well, I can add it to the main array. Current level event list. Add. At time or add a type, right? Okay, so if it's on timeline, I'm adding. Oh, so I didn't actually have to do this step. Or sometimes I forget how I set these things up. Okay, so add of type chain at some time. That's going to be add frames. Time, right? Time. Yeah. Okay. And that's going to be this level event. What is happening here? Okay. And this one is just going to be the same thing, but at game event type, I'm adding it to, and then I'm going to add level event editor using this level event type. It's weird that I'm asking for a type at this time. And the list to add to is level event editors timeline. I'm still doing good. My problem is here. Yeah, flip enemy facing. Why are you changing? Yeah, isn't it? You have that there, but you're saying that that's not what you want to happen. Like making the enemy go the opposite direction when you hit them. Game dev people I hang out don't really do it. I mean, it seems like all of that code that's in the collision method makes them do that, especially the negative move speed. They'll start moving the opposite way. You could just remove it. Just remove that code. Game events. Okay, so this, does this finish that off? Do I have to do anything else? What else did I have in here that needs to be done? I copied on some data, but I didn't create any data, so it's just a new blank event. So I'm gonna hope that this does a thing. So context menu, there's now event chain, add. It still opened up a window. Why did it open up a window? chain type is this. Oh, because this is chain type here. There we go. Or whole new enemy code. I mean, what's wrong with just removing the code from the on collision, the on trigger enter? Event chain. Okay, now I have a chain. Here it is. Oh man, got it. Okay. So that's one event type. I'll just do this one as the message box where he says yo. And this one, add an event that because it doesn't allow me to set the type of the event. Oh, but I can do that here. That's how they detect the end of the platform or a wall. Ah. Well, then you'll have to check what the thing is that they're colliding with, and if it's a bullet or whatever it is, then, right, kind of like what you were saying before, right? If it's something, don't do this specific set of things, right? So you'd probably want to check for the wall, and if it's the wall, the platform, then yes, do that. Draw editor. Here it is. Okay. Level. No. What is it? Event data dot type equals event. Sorry. Level event type. Editor layout. Neon. And I'll just preface that. What is this now? Level event type cannot be event trigger type. That's what it is. What is that dog doing? Okay. Now I can add a type. So I want it to do some kind of message box. So I can probably remove the other message box, right? So yo, just remove this one. Yo, add another event that does another message box, different person, yo back, add another event, wait 5 seconds, add another event. Oh, there's no scroll bar. The window is supposed to be able to scroll. Play a sound effect. Let's find a sound effect. Error. There. So it's going to say, let's wait 1 second after. Yo back. Which, I mean, it might only wait 1 second from the start because there's no waiting on any of these. Set up. I have to set up the waiting ability. Let's see if it breaks. Yo. Okay, it's pretty broken now. So something happened here. Okay, so it tried to create something where it was probably null, right? Is that thing happening again? No, there's no null. Okay, level manager, event trigger data. So there was one that was of type event trigger that had a null. Ah, this one. Well, that's one. Oh, these are both null. Oh, right, because I messed around with the values. Right, so this is, I'm just gonna remove these guys. Remove. Let's see if that caused any of those exceptions. Okay, new event invalid. What the hell happened here? Invalid because it's just not valid. Return false, 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 false. So did something break with all these events or something? So that was just coincidence. Right, okay, so let me go back here. Okay, because it's movement steps. Bezier, 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 okay. And this guy. Extend, override, props. Oh. Yo, why is he stuck saying yo though? Just keep saying yo. It's all good. All right. Debug the yo bug. It's getting dark. So I'm guessing it's somewhere here where it doesn't actually, oh yeah, that's right, forgot to remove it. So this is actually a chain. Remove at 0 whenever I grab one so it can move on. So maybe that's debugged now. Yo. It's not debugged at all. Yes, I do, yeah. Various enemy classes, yes. Who are you talking to? Oh, David Winsands, yes. Okay. So if count is greater than 0, grab the next one. Okay. There's 4. Right, exactly. So, go in here, grab the first one, remove at 0. Now there's 3. Do that, so now I should end up here. And I am. Object, and then event trigger. Yeah, so let's go here. Create that here. Let's now have this guy. Okay. So why is this still null? Oh, wait a second. What happened to current event? Oh, okay, it just keeps going. Okay. So eventually, I'm gonna come back here. No. No, it doesn't happen at all. So at some point, this thing is supposed to kill itself. waiting. Oh, I never set waiting to true, did I? I think I have to do that. Yeah, that makes more sense. Otherwise, this is going to die, and then it's going to reinstantiate the exact same one over and over again. Okay, that makes more sense. Yo, back. And then it played the error sound. Fantastic. And that was the entire chain of events. Yo back, wait 1 second, play the error sound. Nice. Just put that in a cutscene? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's gonna be the post-credits scene. It's gonna be like, yo back, sequel? Nah. Hey, Unknown Creations, are you in any game dev discords? Started one a while back. Occasionally there's people hitting up for help. I think there's a link somewhere on the Twitch if you're at all interested. Somewhere on Twitch, I think there's a there's a link. I think. If not, let me know. I'll try to get you one. No, whatever that is, you're welcome to let me know. I guess that's something like Game Dev Network. Makes sense. Yeah. Don't know. Yeah. No. Oh, damn. Wow. That sounds cool. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Is that gamedev.net? If that's what that is, I'm familiar with that. Yes, and I am a member. Yeah, that's us. That's something me and my buddy started a long while back. Oh, okay, it's just called Game Dev Network. Okay. Yeah, cool, man. Thanks. Yeah. Now that you're there, yeah, shoot a link. I'll go check it out. Anyway, yeah. So that's all I wanted to do, though. So, oh, thanks. I'll copy that right now. Yeah, but I'm gonna stop the stream now. Done for the day. Oh, awesome. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I think I'm back tomorrow. So, take it easy. Peace out.